let's type it. What is the actual definition of fetish? We're not going to say what Brian was about to do in that situation.
Hey everyone, welcome to The Cole Life. Today we're going to jump right into it. We want to talk about misconceptions that people have about interracial dating.
Yes, it's been resonating in our spirit, and we realized we haven't talked about it.
Yeah, oddly enough, we talked about a lot of other things.
So we figured we're going to dig deep. Let's talk.
And there's a lot of questions that people ask us, things that people have wanted to know, and we hear these misconceptions all the time.
Yes.
Before we start, let's make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, and hit us up on Instagram at _thecolelife_.
Let's get into it.
So number one is that I was specifically looking to be with a black woman, or Lexi was specifically looking to be with a white man.
Yeah, that does happen in certain relationships, right?
It does.
That's just not our relationship.
That's definitely not us.
And you may ask, like, how is that possible? How does that work? How do we know if we are dating each other because this person is black or because this person is white? How do we know the difference? And I would say I've dated all different types of people.
Let's talk about it.
I've dated all different types of nationalities, different cultures, and so Brian wasn't this person, or Brian wasn't a specific culture I was looking for and like, ooh, I want to date this guy because I have like some sort of fetish and stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot. So I've dated Asian, I've dated white, I've dated black. There is not one ethnicity in particular that I wanted to be with, or that I had like some sort of weird connection with. It was just the person that I cared about.
And I would also say that if you guys don't know our story, we're going to put the link up above. But Brian was just around my friends. He was just around my friends. It was just as simple
as that. Like, we just started talking.
Yeah.
And we liked each other
for
the person that we were.
Yeah.
Simple.
We get so tired of people assuming that we were dating. Like, I purposely dated a white guy to the point where we get messages of like, oh, I want to date a white guy. I'm a black woman. I want to date a white guy. And I don't think that's how it should go. I think you should just, be around people and see if you find somebody, not purposely searching out a culture.
And there's so many misconceptions about reasons why black women date white men.
Yes.
They have good credit. They're more caring, or they're more romantic, or they're more established, or whatever. Like, these are the stereotypes about this type of dynamic. So people assume that Lexi is with me because I have all those things.
There's also this stereotype of, people wanting to be with somebody because of a fetish, right? Let's type it. What is the actual definition of fetish?
A fetish is a form of sexual desire in which gratification is linked to an abnormal degree to a particular object, item of clothing, part of the body, etc. So in this case, a fetish would be a sexual attraction because of a skin tone or some other feature to black women.
Yeah. That's not us. But I could see how that has been portrayed in society, because a lot of the way that we see interracial dating, at least back, I would say a couple of years back, we saw just like, oh my gosh, your skin, I just want to do this, all that kind of weird stuff. But I feel like that's not reality. That's not what, at least the people that I'm around, that's not what they're about. So yeah, let's just scoot that over.
Yeah, no fetishes here. That's weird.
That's a little awkward.
We have appreciation for each other and an attraction to each other.
Yeah.
But an abnormal attraction because of one's particular piece, that's strange.
That's
weird.
Okay, number 2 is that I didn't want to be with a black man. Like, I was angry at black men, I was mad at black men, which is why I decided to be with a white man. Completely false. First of all, I think there's this stereotype that people that are with white men are mad at black men because, quote unquote, black men are trash, or you experience something in your personal life that caused that to happen. Honestly, a lot of the black men in my life have been amazing. They are awesome. I grew up with brothers. I didn't grow up with any sisters. I grew up with all brothers and my brother's friends, and I would say that all of them are amazing people. I was always taught of how a man should be treated, so the only reason I was with this man is because he had all the qualities that I was taught by black men of how men should be treated. So that's any man that I would be with. of course, there's things that you have to talk about being in different cultures. We're definitely not denying those things. But as far as the quality of a man, I learned that from black men. And so anybody who stepped to me or came to me, they had to have those qualities regardless of what culture they were. So I am honored to be raised by black men.
And it's also like there's so many times that we have actually even been approached by people saying that Lexi's betrayed black people, and you know she's acting out of rebellion or things like that. We were actually walking in Detroit one time, and 3 black men surrounded us because they were angry that I was with her, and so they started talking trash to us and, you know, cussing me out and like looking like they wanted to fight. And it's so ridiculous because all they were saying is calling me out and asking her, why are you with this guy? Why aren't you with us? You know, as if like there's a war on.
Right. We're not gonna say what Brian was about to do in that situation.
All right. Number 3. This one's a doozy. If you are with a black woman, you cannot be racist. Okay, let's talk about that.
Okay, let's dive in.
Probably one of the most annoying phrases that I hear from white people is, I'm not racist, I have black friends.
Yeah.
And they take that up a notch when they're with a black woman.
Yes.
As if being with a black woman is now even past having just black friends. Like, I'm in now. Like, I get invited to the barbecue now because I'm with a black woman. Right? That is so far from the truth, because racism is not about the ability to have relationship with a black person or tolerate a black person or even love a black person. Racism is about thinking that there is something inherently superior about yourself compared to someone else, and that you are benefiting from systems in place that are detrimental to a people group above yourself or below yourself. So there are many racist people that can have friends of another race, or that can even be with someone of another race. It does not exclude you from that.
Yes, and we've seen it. So and this is all disclaimers. This is not all interracial dating. I think these are just, again, the stereotypes that we hear that are not true. But have we seen them before? Yes.
Let's make this very clear. This is not at all how I think or at all our story or our situation. But it is a misconception when it comes to interracial dating. And we have spent the time and the relational equity that we put in to uncover any root issues or subconscious thoughts, and we have dealt with them and made sure that we're on the same page.
And that's not everybody. Number 4, this misconception of interracial dating is that Lexi or black women are more passive when they are with white men. Please, let me tell you. I think the beautiful thing about our relationship is that we definitely care about each other's voice. We care about each other's opinion. Brian could never, ever
God, no.
be with what you would call a yes girl, or somebody that was passive,
or could be run over.
That could be run over. I'm very strong. I'm also believe in the Christian foundation of submission, which we stand strong on. I am also in that same vein, very passionate and very
outspoken too.
Yeah. I care about both of our voices, and I appreciate that I have a man that cares about my voice and wants me to speak up.
Yeah. What fun is life if everyone around you is just saying that every idea you have is great and, oh, you're so amazing, and doesn't challenge you, doesn't critique you, doesn't push back, doesn't push you to be better, doesn't pull you further than you could go by yourself.
It's beautiful to have a voice, and when something's wrong, we actually say it versus like nothing, or if we need to process, we say we need to process, all of those things. So at the end of the day, that there's no passivity when it comes to us.
And it kind of goes back to even like this concept of black women getting away from black men, and they just want to, you know, feel safe and comfortable with a white man, and like when they do, they change. Like there's like this crazy stereotype that black women change their personalities when they're with a white man, and they become much more passive, and they don't become the angry black woman anymore.
Yeah.
It's not true.
And that's discriminative of
Yes.
our own men when it
Yes.
comes to who they are. My brothers are the sweetest brothers. They are so like just beautiful, and they're able to communicate. They love hard. They do some of the sweetest things for their women.
That's not just Lexi's brothers either. That's our whole friend group.
That's
like,
our whole friend group.
Every black man we know in our friend group is like that.
So if you say that you haven't seen it, keep watching. We're going to bring some of our brothers here again. So number 5, and this one is so annoying. This misconception is we don't care about our history or our culture. And I would say that is specifically geared towards me as a black person. Our cultures have had odds, have had issues with each other. And to be, what I've seen is to be with a white man is like you just completely Xing out what you believe. And I saw something recently that said, it was like a TikTok, and it says, let's normalize black women being with different cultures. And that really hit me because I really feel like society tries to make us feel guilty for being with a white man, or we can't speak because we've been with a white man, and all of those things. And that is not true. I care deeply, deeply about my culture. I care so much that I have put so much effort into Brian and Brian's family caring even more about my culture. I speak about my culture in many occasions, and I want to create understanding and knowledge. That's part of the reason why we started this YouTube channel. So
Lexi has this way of like instilling a passion in the people around her because she's so passionate about it. It could be a topic that they didn't even care about in the first place, but somehow because she shows so much resolve and so much fire in her about her history, about her culture, about stories that have happened to her, stories that have happened to her people in the past. Like you can't help but engage and want to listen. Yeah. Now, I was always interested in those things in the first place, but she brought so much knowledge and information and historical facts and to help educate and to help make sure that I knew all about her culture, because that's going to play a part into how we raise our daughter and hopefully important. Future sons or daughters. Yeah. But there are definitely a lot of interethnic couples that don't have these conversations. We've talked to married couples who've been married for 30 years, interethnic, and still have not had these conversations. Yeah. And it's like it's bypassed. It's seen as a very difficult topic that they just don't want to address. They sweep it under the rug, and unfortunately that causes a lot of racial undertones in the relationship that are never fully like brought to the surface, or they're brought to the surface and then pushed back down, and it creates rifts. So we just fully believe in, not just with this topic, but with all topics.
Many topics.
Uncover what's under the rug. Let's get it out. Let's talk about it. Let's deal with it. And let's be better for that. Yeah. And get on the same page.
And we need that. We need that for our cultures to come together, is to have more conversation. And I believe that, at least in our relationship, it has brought not just our family, but people around us to have more conversations in different cultures and different societies and in different areas. Like, I just feel like because we've been together, we've seen change in so many areas of other people's lives because we're having conversation. So we care. All in all, we care. And if you are in an interethnic relationship and you feel like society is trying to make you feel like you can't speak, or you're concerned if you say this, then because you're with a white guy, they're going to take it this way, do not worry about that. Say what you have to say and speak on it. You have a voice too, and it's tiring to see that on social media.
You are validated simply by who you are.
Yes.
So you have a right to your opinion, you have a right to your belief, and you have a right to vocalize that.
And I also want to say, how dare society tell you or feel guilty that you are, or try to make you feel that you feel guilty with somebody. The work and effort and the issues that we have gone through to be together is strong. And I'm sure in other cases it's the same thing. It's with black women and black men. It's with Asians dating white. Like, it's so many cultures that have gone through their specific types of issues to be together. So let's not deny each other that. Let's not take away what all of us have been through and be able to come out strong.
And the crazy thing is, people try to remind us of our history. the fact that we can be together in society today is a true testament of forgiveness. It's a true testament of unity, of getting past history and the troubles that came with that, and the hatred and the bloodshed, everything that came with it, for us to be together at this point, recognizing history but being able to move past it together, is something so beautiful and so spiritual that God is in it. God has to be in it.
Has to be. And that's the beautiful thing, is that I see God through us. I see what he's been doing, not even trying to do, he's doing it.
Yeah.
So we're thankful. And that is our 5 misconceptions of interethnic dating. Let us know what you think. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's have a conversation. I can't wait to see the comments on this one. So
This will be good.
this will be good. We love you guys.
See you next week.
See you next week.